Guys, I'm back straight away to do the next video. Obviously I want to just talk about things that I've done and show the kind of and explain things about things in a bit of in depth really. You obviously know about this build quite a lot if you've been following my thread and my videos, but even then, you know, there are a few things I still have to kind of probably talk and explain, so I'll just crack on then. Okay, first of all, that's obviously, you can see the front off again. That's the front kind of like a USB and audio panel, which I never connected up. You can hopefully see on top there, see there's the cables there. When I was trying to get the side on, these cables were becoming kind of a bit cumbersome and were getting in the way, so I never really connected them. I just tucked them away there in corners somewhere. But I'll get back to that stuff and I'll connect everything up properly once I'm doing a few more cable upgrades. But I'll talk about that later really. I reused or migrated over my Asus DVD drive from my last build. There's, by the way, that good old Silverstone case sitting there. So yeah, that's getting used and it's fully functional and does everything I need at the moment. But I was considering getting maybe a Blu-ray drive, a Blu-ray RW drive, because they're not that expensive anymore, and I'm probably gonna end up buying one sooner or later. And yeah, either, you know, replace this Asus completely or just put in the Blu-ray drive to sit next to it. Then there's a hot swappable hard drive bay. I did install all my hard drives. There's my Crucial SSD actually sitting in a bottom bay, and then I also have another 3 drives in there. I reused all these drives. Basically are getting reused from my old computer. So I got there that Crucial SSD drive. I got also 3 terabyte Hitachi drive, my old 500 gigabyte Seagate drive, and also my old 200 gigabyte Western Digital drive. Sorry, I blanked out, couldn't remember what it's called. Well, I'm mostly using the SSD, as probably many of you guys as well nowadays. This Crucial SSD, which the model number is, you probably won't be able to see it, but it is Real SSD C30. I have to say I've been fairly pleased with the drive. The one disappointing thing about that drive is that actually the write speeds are fairly slow for SSD, but the read speed is fairly decent. And at the time I was buying this drive, which is probably about 18 months ago, I was more keen to get good read speeds over the write speeds for this kind of the money I spent, and this Crucial drive was the one that really ticked the box. So there you have it, I got it. But speaking of SSD, I am actually planning to get a faster SSD drive, and possibly a bigger. I was thinking to go for 240 or 256 gigabyte drive, but I haven't really committed to anything as yet, so that's still work in progress or research in progress. But I probably will end up getting another drive. Speaking about SSDs, actually, the one drive I was really keen to try out, but I'm probably not going to be able to use it because of the way my motherboard is at the moment, and it was the OCZ Revo, which is the PCI slot SSD, and some of their kind of like drives, they even, you know, get like a 1000 megabytes a second read rate and whatnot. So they are, as far as I know, they are pretty awesome. But I'll talk about that later on, because I need to, you know, explain why it's not going to work and whatnot. Okay, so that's the kind of the front part there. So, and you can kind of see the pump in there as well, which is hiding behind that. This is actually another place for sort of like a 2 hard drives, like a hard drive bay. But obviously, as you know from the previous videos, I did, or pictures, I did decide, you know, not to use it and use it for to house the pump. And it does come with this little sort of like a cover there, so you just put that in front and that's it. And then obviously you put on the front fascia or the front panel, and that's kind of hides everything, so it's pretty cool. Okay, I'll cut this video now, but stay tuned. I'm doing the next video straight away, so it's just a matter of uploading it after you've seen this one here. So stay tuned. Thank you guys.